Alright, this is Katelyn here interviewing Nate, who is a 25-year-old male. And, so first question, Nate. Drones are formally known as unmanned aerial vehicles, a UAV. Essentially, a drone is a flying robot. To you, what is a drone?
A drone is an object that we can use instead of having a manned aircraft. We can do it unmanned, so it can create missions more safer and complete them in the same aspect.
Okay. Have you ever owned a drone or used one before? Why or why not?
I mean, I've owned a personal drone for hobby interest, but never used a drone in the aspect of military or anything along those lines. But yes, I have used one, just for hobby flying fun.
Okay. What do you think the proper use of a drone should be?
Well, I mean, from my point of view, there are two correct uses for a drone. There are the drones that people use for hobby, such as sport flying, taking aerial footage for weddings, sporting events, things along those natures. And then there are drones used for the military aspect. So you could use it for doing military strikes, military surveillance, so they can become undetected, or if they are shot down or something in those aspects. It doesn't hurt our armed forces or people in those regards.
Okay. How do you think this technology has changed our society?
I think it has changed us because it has made, as far as military goes, it more safe for our soldiers and active duty people to complete missions. But in the other regards, it has given people more use to do things as spying on people, things that more illegal activity. So I mean, there's good and bad parts to it, but in my aspect, in the end, I think it's all a good thing.
Do you feel like they should be allowed for everyday use?
I mean, yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, I think people either use them for, like I said before, people either use them for fun or we're using them in aspects for like the military. So, I mean, if somebody wants to fly their drone every day, I don't see any reason why not.
How do you feel that they can be flown anywhere to get footage and photos?
I mean, there's obviously places that they shouldn't be flown. I mean, you don't want them flying around at airports that could cause interference with planes and things like that. You don't want them flown in top secret places. But so I think there should be restrictions on where drones are flown.
Sometimes drones are used for negative reasons. What do you believe some positive uses of a drone could be?
Well, I mean, I've seen some awesome videos of people using drones for weddings. You can capture a lot of life moments with drones in a perspective that we didn't see before. With just your typical photographer. Also, I think that I've seen them used in as far as car events, rallies. If you drifting cars, stuff like that, you can take footage of that kind of thing. So I think those are some positive aspects. Also, it's a positive aspect that the military can use them, and if they do get shot down or anything in those regards, it doesn't hurt our armed forces. So we're just losing an object instead of a human being.
Do you think drones must be registered or should the owner have the freedom to do what they wish?
I mean, they're a flying object, so I mean, they're FAA. They should be FAA regulated. I absolutely think that they should be regulated. I mean, we don't want things flying that we don't know who's flying them, because I mean, then we can be involving terrorists and people that are using them for something they shouldn't. So I think that they should be able to be tracked, so we can know who's doing what and where.
Recently, the Army has started using them to help in combat. Do you think this is a good use of technology? Why or why not?
Well, I mean, I've been talking about this the whole time. Absolutely, I think it's a good use of technology because it keeps our armed forces out of the front line in regards to things that we can do without having them there. They can monitor it and operate it from a different location, so they're not in the middle of the battle or they're not in harm's way.
Okay. Sometimes drones have even led to fatality. Because of this, do you believe they should be considered a weapon and need a license to own one, or should it still be considered a recreational device?
I think it should be considered a recreational device. I mean, if you think about everything, I mean, you drive your car, that can end in a fatality. I mean, there's a lot of things that can end in fatalities. You're going to have fatalities with everything. So I don't think that's a negative outlook on a drone at this point, because I don't think the drone directly will create a fatality. So I think that everybody should be able to use them.
Since drones can openly fly around, our skies are no longer clear and they obstruct from nature. How do you feel about this?
Airplanes fly around. I mean, people have been flying their own personal helicopter. You know, they're small helicopters. People have been flying their small airplanes. So I mean, I think that all has affected our area. So I mean, I don't think that it obstructs from our nature. I mean, obviously, so nobody's going to be flying a drone through the middle of the woods or in an area, and those kind of things. So I don't think that it's going to be any more obstruction than what we see today. So, I mean, I don't see any negative outlook to that affecting our nature or anything like that.
Since drones are technology, they have the capability to be hacked and taken over. Since they are used for military use, and this could happen, do you think it is smart to continue using them, even if the opposer can take them over and use them against us?
I mean, we're going back to technology. I mean, a hacker could technically hack into our government system and take that information, which would be just as deadly as them overtaking a drone. So I don't feel that a drone should not be used because of its technology. I think that we can better the technology so it's almost impossible for a hacker to overtake a drone and use it against us. But it's just like the aspect in anything that a user can take over it. So I think that someone being able to hack it doesn't have any impact on us using it or not, because I mean, in many aspects they can do that in all of our government systems, and I mean, a lot of our military systems are hackable. You know what I mean? So I think that that this should have no impact on the use of drones.
Do you think people should be required to take classes on how to use and fix technical issues?
Well, I think so, absolutely, right now, because drones are a new wave. So I mean, they're new technology for people. So I think that for the first generation of people that use them, yes, we should have classes and training programs for them to know how to use them. As far as in the military, I mean, drones in the personal life are pretty easy to figure out and user friendly. So I don't think that should have any. But I think that it should be spread about the negative impacts a drone can cause if you use them in the incorrect method, such as illegally spying, anything along those lines. So I think that yes, we should inform our people, because I mean, in the long run, drones it's gonna be second nature to people, just like using a computer is. I mean, a generation or two ago, people didn't know how to use a computer. I mean, that was a new technology, and we figured out how to do it. I mean, now our generation, we know how to do it. It's just second nature to us. We never had to take classes or learn how to do any of that. We just know how to do it. So I think drones right now, yeah, they're new technology. So we're gonna have to adapt and learn how to use them. But I mean, our next generation will be second nature.
Should there be restricted time frames for drone use?
Absolutely. I mean, there's times that stuff should like that drones should be used, and there's times that they shouldn't. I mean, I don't think we should have it like time frame like every day where somebody uses it. But I mean, if the president's speaking, I don't think there should be drones that are used. I mean, there's lots of events that drones shouldn't be used. So I think, yeah, there should be specific variances on the use of drones, but I don't think we should give, so to speak, curfew to drones.
Thank you for participating. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think drones are a cool thing, and I think it's a great new technology that has been accepted into our community.